cohesiveness, as you've heard me say before, has grown immensely over the last 7 or 8 weeks. With that, I'll take your questions.
Yeah. Greg Thad said that their number one defensive priority was to try to really bring help down low, that they just didn't get out quick enough to the three-point shooters. Did you anticipate that would be their game plan going in? Did that contribute to the ability to hit those threes?
Yeah, I think anytime, obviously if you have watched us over the last 3 or 4 games, we've emphasized touching the post, we've gotten the free throw line a lot. But the other thing I thought, from our standpoint, knowing that there was going to be a shot blocker around the rim a lot, whether it be Thompson or Giddens, that we were going to have some kick-out opportunities if they were going to collapse that much. I thought for the most part, the threes we did take were pretty good ones. There was a few that I think we would like to have back, but I told them at halftime, we're taking too many threes. We need to get the free throw line more, and obviously we didn't take as many in the second half, but the ones we hit were big and very timely, and then we were able to get the bonus quicker in the second half, and obviously play there and play at the line down the stretch.
Okay.
You said before that sometimes you say to get Nigel the ball and get out of the way. They made a few comebacks and you were able to hold them off, and it seemed like a few times it was get Nigel the ball and get out of the way. Would you agree?
Well, that's just how it kind of played into itself. We every time out, we had a couple specials called here and there, but for the most part, we just played through straight swing, and he found his way there, and he's very good at finding spots, and I thought he did a pretty good job of finding guys too. He found Vito once on a rim run, and he was able to stay with the play and got the free throw line, but he can make a lot of things happen from there. To be able to put the ball in one of your better players' hands that close to the basket obviously puts pressure on the defense just from himself, but also his vision and his unselfishness to be able to find people. And I thought we did a good job of spreading the floor. We didn't get too bunched up. We did a good job of running to the rim on the ball side and taking that extra help guy away, or at least making him have to make a decision. So from that standpoint, it may have looked like getting Nigel the ball, but that was just within the flow of what we do offensively.
So, back.
Speaking of Nigel, Greg, going into half, he only had 3 points. What message did you give him at half, and what started everything that happened to him in the second half?
You're 1 for 7, and you haven't taken a shot inside 17 feet. That's all I said. And he goes, "Got you, coach." And the whole message to the whole team was just, we need to touch the post more. We need to get the free throw line. If the threes are there, great. But I didn't like shooting 18 threes in a half, because I know sometimes they can dry up. And our forte, or how this team has kind of grown, it's from the inside out. And to be able to knock down threes is great, because there's times when you're going to need that. But also there's times when you're not going to be able to go 13 for 27, and we have to be sure that we stay true to who we are.
Jeff.
Greg, I don't know if you would agree with this, but ever since Vito had the situation with the upper body thing, I don't know if he can do as much physically. Is he playing more under control in the last couple of games and not trying to do too much, in part because physically he's not right?
I think at times you can have injuries will slow people down and get them to play a little bit more within themselves. Obviously, you didn't see when I took him out in the first half. My message to him there was it wasn't anything to do with playing under control there. Shot selection waned a little bit, along with some other things, blocking out, the simple things. So he got that message and made sure in the second half that he stayed within himself, or within what's best for this team. That's really what it boils down to. Step back and look at it. Not what's best for you, what's best for this team. And they're growing in the right direction. He's one that's taking steps forward.
Tom.
Greg, I know that postseason's a long way off, but what does it mean to be able to beat teams like this and a couple of the other teams you beat that are ahead of you in the standings and maybe in the eyes of the NCAA tournament?
Well, it's way too early, because we've got a long ways to go, and all we ever approach it in any year, we've never worried about what could happen down the road. It's always about what's next. Tonight's victory is nice because our team came together and we found a different way to win. It's also nice because you're playing against a program that is very well established with Coach Mata, who I've known for a long time. So from that standpoint, you know you're playing against a very good program, a very well coached team, and whatever happens down the road, we'll deal with that when we get to that point. But we've got a long ways to go before we ever get into that mindset. This team has so many things that we can get better at on both ends of the floor. You know, we're not anywhere near where we can be. You know, we've got a lot of ground to make up, and we're closing fast. But like I said, there's so many things that I pick out. I already know, not for me, not even have to watch the film of things we've got to improve upon immediately.
Or on the right.
Jaquan Lyle for them had a triple-double 5 games ago, and since then he's been off and he's lost his starting spot. I wonder, when you prepared for Ohio State, which Jaquan Lyle you prepared for?
The one that showed up tonight, I know how good a player he is. And the thing with that is, we talk a lot about not giving a team confidence or an individual confidence, and right off the bat, we let him go off the first ball screen he came off of and go right to the rim. And we had a miscommunication and a mistake there made on the handling the ball screen. And I've always talked about making sure that, excuse me, we don't give any players an easy basket to get their confidence going. It was the easiest basket he had all night, but then he hits a step back 3, then he hits a 3 in transition, and it got his motor going a little bit. And that was our fault from the first one, because we gave the first couple were too easy. And the good players do that, they feed off that, and then they get a couple easy ones. We have players that do that. Nigel Bronson, Ethan does that. You get a couple easy ones, then the harder ones become simpler. And then you're hitting shots with guys in your face, step backs, those type of things. So we need to do a better job of making sure any player doesn't get any type of confidence building play.